Hello world, I'm an average Joe and I play games, and today I have a video that follows up on my Drop Zone tips and tricks video that I posted yesterday. In this video we're going to go over 3 class setups for the Drop Zone game mode. I have an SMG class setup for you, an assault rifle class setup for you, as well as a class that you can slap on when things start to go south. So let's get into it. First, I have an SMG class for you. SMGs have increased movement speed, so they'll help you get to the drop zone faster. I like to start out with this class at the beginning of a drop zone map to try to either flank around the enemy team or to get to the objective ASAP. After the SMG buff patch, I'm really liking the Bison, so I slapped that on there with the muzzle brake to increase range a little bit, as well as a foregrip to reduce that recoil. I have a secondary. You notice that I am not running sleight of hand on this class, and so I want a secondary to be able to swap to once I run out of ammo when I'm setting in the drop zone. Oftentimes there's a lot of enemies around, and it is difficult to get in a full reload with the primary weapon. Always run a lethal grenade on all of your drop zone classes. When the enemy is on the drop zone, you'll want to grenade them off of it. You can run a frag or a Simtex. My favorite lethal grenade is, of course, the C4. It has a little bit bigger blast radius than the frag or the Simtex, and I like that I can toss it over obstructions or crates or barrels, that kind of thing. On the map Strike Zone, you can really do that. If you there's a couple of spots where you can throw your C4 actually over the obstructions and grenade the enemy team off of the objective without them getting a line of fire on you. For perks, I'm running some speed perks in Ready Up and Marathon that will help me get to the drop zone quicker and flank around the enemy. Running an SMG, I always run Steady Aim to hip fire and not waste time having to aim down sights when you're up close. I'm also running Tac Resist and Blast Shield, so once I get control of the drop zone, it'll be harder for the enemy team to grenade me off of it. For my secondary, I'm also running the Akimbo attachment. Since I'm running Steady Aim, that will give me some additional firepower. For our assault rifle class, I decided to go with the ARX. The ARX is a weapon that will give me a little bit more range than the Bison, being an assault rifle, but it also has that integrated laser sight, so it'll still help me to hip fire once I get up close in the enemy's face. I'm running the red dot sight to give me a little bit more accuracy at range. I tend to do better when I have the red dot sight equipped. And the ARX also has some pretty strong recoil, pretty much straight up vertical recoil, and so I put the foregrip on there to help manage that. Again, we're running the C4 lethal. For our perks, we're running Ready Up Marathon for the same reasons as on the SMG class. I also run the Sleight of Hand perk. The ARX has a slightly longer than normal reload, so running Sleight of Hand helps me to get around that. I run Quick Draw on all of my assault rifle classes, and we are also running Blast Shield. The last class I have for you guys is what I call my Denier class. This is when things tend to go south and the enemy team starts grabbing those care packages and calling in score streaks on you. You want to have a class that you can switch to that you can either take out the score streaks or just ignore them altogether. And for that, the CBJMS is definitely the best weapon to take out enemy score streaks. It has that built-in armor-piercing rounds, so that functionally allows you to equip 3 attachments. You have the built-in armor-piercing rounds, and I chose the muzzle brake to give me a little bit more range, as well as the extended mags. The extended mags will give me over 50 rounds in my magazine with the CBJ, so that will allow me to chew through sentry guns and IMSs and enemy juggernauts pretty quickly. I'm also running the shoulder-mounted rocket launcher. It's not as good in this version of Call of Duty as it has been in Call of Duty's pasts, but it's basically all that we have, and so I am running that to try to knock down enemy helicopters, particularly when they call in a helo pilot. The helo pilot is a rare drop in those care packages, but they will show up from time to time. And the rocket launcher is basically your only defense against a good Helo pilot player. We're also running C4. For our perks, we're running a selection of perks that you've seen before: Ready Up Marathon, Steady Aim, since we're running an SMG, and Blast Shield. I did put Blind Eye on this class to help us to ignore that air support, to not be targeted by the helicopters and the sentries, and that will help us to either take it out more quickly or to just ignore it altogether and get back on the objective and capture those score streaks for your team. So there you guys have it, 3 classes for Drop Zone. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing what I use when I play Drop Zone. If you did, leave a like, favorite, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys on Xbox Live.